Is the USFL actually worth watching? Can it survive, or will this just be another league that dies before it even gets going? We'll find out on this episode of CHRIS Akin Presents. It is CHRIS Akin Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Akin, and today we are going to talk some football. We're pushing the movies aside, we're pushing the music and the interviews aside. We are going to talk football, but not that shitty NFL football. We're talking the real football league, the return of the USFL, and I'm sure people are thrilled because as far as I can tell, this is going to be the only USFL podcast that's out there, at least that I see. So we will be talking some USFL, and I have brought on some friends to talk it with me. And before I introduce the guests, I do want to say that we all have a team here, and we will spell who our teams are in a minute. But we all made a decision without knowing one fucking player on any team that we would pick a team and we would stay with our team. So we have teams, but we have about the same loyalty to our teams as, you might to, cutting your grass. It's just something we're doing at this point. But joining me to talk some USFL is first from the Toomey Podcast, who I do with on notfest.com, is Mr. Joshua Toomey. Josh, how are you, man?
I'm doing better than my Michigan Panthers. So, yes, I'm winning. They are not.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, somebody that's winning at life, but maybe not. And he is winning in this fucking USFL too. I hate him. It is the former guitarist of every goddamn band that played in the 80s. Currently, he has Billy Morris and the Sunset Strip that is out there in Ohio and Florida and everywhere else, making money and making noise. He is the one and only Mr. Billy Morris. Billy, how are you, sir?
I'm winning. I'm winning in life and winning in this league.
I hate it, dude. You were supposed to pick the Michigan Panthers. That was supposed to be your team just because they suck. You got to lose somewhere, man.
Me being from Ohio, would I ever pick a team from Michigan?
I agree. That was kind of me and you both. There was going to be no Michigan pick. There was going to be no Pittsburgh pick. That wasn't going to happen.
So who did Billy pick?
I picked Birmingham, my team,
nice.
Birmingham Stallions, just because I remember having such a good time back in about, 95. I was in a Nirvana tribute band, and Birmingham was one of the college towns we stopped in.
In 95?
Town. So I'm like, I remember Birmingham. So I picked the Birmingham Stallions. Luckily, they got a pretty good team, and I'm winning 2-0. All of a sudden, I'm 2-0, baby.
You're 2-0. I, with my Philadelphia Stars, am 1-1. I have exactly no reasons at all to pick the Philadelphia Stars. It literally was, okay, Philadelphia, that sounds good. And Josh, you of course took Michigan Panthers, and
yes, I did.
So far, they stink. Now,
because the Jeff Fisher's their coach, and I'm a huge Titans fan, and right. I think they'll take the same path the Titans do, where when Jeff was the coach of the Titans, we always started out 0-3, 1-4, and then the back half of the season, scraped our way into the playoffs. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen here.
All right. Well, now for people that have not watched, which is probably just about everybody watching this, the USFL has had 2 games so far when we recorded this on Wednesday, today is 27th. So we've had a chance to see our teams play twice. We've had a chance to see all the teams play twice because conveniently the USFL is on it's all on major TV, which is nice. It's on NBC, it's on USA, and it's on Fox. So that's been convenient to kind of get into this. If you watch the games, I think the first thing that I've noticed, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, is doesn't seem like a lot of people in Birmingham where all the games are played give 2 shits about this league. The stands are empty.
Yeah, and I think that the cameramen are instructed, don't film the stands too much. It doesn't look good.
I know it's a lot of those drone shots from over top down, so you don't see any stands.
Which could be good for us because we plan on going to the USFL Super Bowl this year.
That's right. Yeah, we'll have prime seating.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I think this league was meant for TV, and obviously all the games are being played in Birmingham. You know, if you're going to have a Philadelphia versus Michigan game in Birmingham, unless you're just a degenerate football fan like we are,
Right.
you're not going to show up. You know, and I was curious to see opening night, the Birmingham game was packed.
Right.
And then week 2, did you see the attendance of week 2 for the Birmingham team, not of the league?
It looked like I didn't see the attendance, but I did see I watched the game, and they did have a decent turnout, probably half full, where it was pretty full for the first one. Birmingham's going to be fine. Yeah. It's all the other teams. I mean, I turned it on Friday night last week to watch whatever game that was Friday night, and high school teams draw more than this.
Maybe they should have picked some more football cities like Cleveland. I mean, there's a rabid fan base of football in Cleveland, not so much, Birmingham.
Well,
I'd go I was considering going to, if they were going to play Pittsburgh, when Birmingham played Pittsburgh, to travel there just for a road trip would be fun because I'm a football fan.
Sure.
But how many pro football fans are in Birmingham?
I don't know.
Whatever other cities.
And I think, and if you guys think I'm wrong, say so, but my biggest complaint about the USFL is that I think they rushed this whole thing together. It seemed like they went from the announcement that they were back to the draft to, okay, it's time to play in no time. I mean, I think even from the draft to the start of the season was 2 months? If that?
No, I think they had 3 weeks to get these teams together. One point on the attendance was with the AAF, it was fun because they had them in each city, and each city would have 5,000-10,000 goofy fans in the stands, and all dressed up and doing whatnot, and it gave a little bit of an atmosphere. I think there was a Washington game with 20,000 people at it.
Sure,
there were actual fan bases, and the St. Louis team had a fan base, and it was fun because even in the COVID year of the NFL, that was hard to watch, and that was good. That was good football on the field.
Yeah, ultimately this no crowd thing, they've got to find a way. I don't know how they do it. They go out to the bars on Friday night and give away free tickets or something to get.
Well, I mean, they might as well be giving away free tickets for the price and the kids in free and stuff. I would assume we're just having kids. I mean, if you can pay $10 and get 3 kids in for free, I don't see why not a lot of more dads out there aren't doing it.
Yeah, you might want to make a trip to Birmingham, Billy. It's $10 for an adult ticket, and you can bring up to 4 kids free. So,
oh, good. I can have another kid.
Just pick up one on the way.
Nice.
Well, what if I could go there and pass you up as one of my kids, Chris?
Or 2 of them. Nice. Well, obviously, man, we could talk attendance, but that's boring. Let's get to the real here, because ultimately this league, XFL, which I'm sure we'll all watch as well, all of these leagues, the bottom line is if the game is good, we'll probably watch it. And if the game sucks, we'll probably get bored with it and turn it off. So they're in for 2 weeks. Billy, I'll start with you. We've had 2 weeks worth of games. Just forgetting who won and who lost and whatever, what are you thinking so far about the game? Do you like the game? Do you think it's boring? What are you thinking so far?
No, I love the game. I thought there was some real hard hits.
Sure.
You can tell the speed difference and maybe the professionalism. Like fourth quarter, man, some of those big linemen were lugging and they were tired. And like you said, they started way too soon. They probably had a long training camp, but I do love the game of football. Mm-hmm. And there was some really good plays. I thought it was entertaining. I'd watch it, and for me, it all depends. If the game's on Saturday night, I'm probably not going to see it live because I'm playing. But I'm watching it because I'm a football fan. Now I have a little interest. I have a couple friends we're picking our teams. I'm sure the text thread's going to start,
Sure.
Immediately when my Birmingham Stallions went to 2-0, I text Chris, and just like that, I'm 2-0. I saw, some of the coaches getting mad and stuff. So it was fiery. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
I mean, I'm such a football degenerate that I'll watch the fourth quarter of a preseason game intently, and like,
Right.
checking out. So I will watch football no matter what. The play itself is, has a lot to get, you're not getting a lot there play wise. You're getting a play here and there. The my Michigan Panthers are terrible on offense, and they have a good defense, terrible on offense. And that's the one thing I've kind of noticed throughout the league is there's, you and I talked a little earlier, Chris. I mean, there's you're hard to find 32 starting NFL quarterbacks.
Right.
And these quarterbacks are like the fourth quarter, fifth string preseason game quarterbacks out there trying to, play an entire game. There are a couple of teams seem like they're getting it, and I think they're going to probably go far. But yeah, man, the quarterback play on some of these teams are pretty rough.
Yeah.
What was funny was I was watching this Birmingham Stallions against the New Jersey Generals Saturday night.
Right.
And it was a high scoring game. So the announcers in the across the screen goes, and tonight is the highest scoring game in USFL history. They were 2 weeks in, dude.
But yeah, I heard that. Yeah. I heard that too, like with someone who was like, this is the most passing yards in a USFL game. Yeah. It passes somebody that played yesterday.
Yeah. It's the announcing. We could get into that because they leave a ton to be desired. If there's a place that there's many places I see that have room for improvement, and certainly the announcers have not helped the game. One, they're not very good. And, just like the league itself, these are the guys that are, not making the team on the, the NFL today. They're not very good. And the other thing that they're doing that I think makes the league look worse and not better is the way they just keep calling back to every one of these guys used to be in the NFL. It's like, well, here's this guy. He was on practice squads, and I think that guy Sloter, the quarterback Sloter, that's been on 19 teams or whatever. And they keep showing this chart of all these teams that this 24-year-old guy has been on. And it's
practice squads.
Yeah. And it's like, but he's not even good enough to stay on the practice squads. He's been on 20 teams. I mean, literal number, like 20 teams in 4 years. So basically he sucks, and he keeps getting bounced around because I don't even know why he keeps getting bounced around, but he's never going to he's never going to take a victory down in an NFL game. So to me, the fact that they keep saying, well, this guy was on the Las Vegas Raiders on the pup squad, and this, it's like, dude, you're not helping you're not helping. Just tell us that when they promote things like this guy was like the third in the SEC 2 years ago in passing. Yeah. Okay, that makes you think, all right, this guy was good. Something happened that he didn't make the NFL, but it leaves it there. When every other comment is this guy was fifth string on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad, it's like, all right, so he's a scrub. He used to be. Well,
I saw a guy on my team that was a former Brown. I think his name was Scooby Wright. I just remember his name was
Scooby Wright. Yeah,
with
all the tattoos.
He took a hit and he got up dazed. I don't think they have the same concussion rules in this league as the NFL.
Yeah, probably not, man. But as far as the gameplay itself goes, I have, like we were saying, the quarterbacks are terrible. The quarterbacks there's a couple good ones. That Jamar Smith from he's on the Stallions, is that right?
I think so. I think my quarterback.
Yeah, your quarterback.
The Stallions quarterback was pretty good.
Yeah, that Jamar Smith guy he seems to be, to me, the best quarterback in the league. Just seems like he has poise. He doesn't panic too much. He's got the right amount of running with the ball versus passing it. He's pretty good. The guy from the Breakers, it seems like he's okay. From the
Sloter. Yeah, Kyle
Sloter. Yeah. He seems like he can play, which I guess that's why he's been on 31 teams, is because he's got enough skill to play.
Well, where's Johnny Manziel?
He's in the lingerie bowl or something.
He's in fan-controlled football.
Yeah,
fan-controlled football.
Yeah, he's in that throwing TVs.
Is that another league where the fans pick the squads?
I think the fans pick the plays.
Yeah. It's something to do with, there's like an app involved, and yeah, you can, I think you can maybe like vote on the play, and then whatever you do on your phone, that's the play they run, kind of thing.
I'm not watching live action Madden. No, even I have to put a stop to that. But I don't know. Brian Scott, my quarterback from the Stars, he's pretty decent. Not great, but he's pretty decent. He had 4 touchdowns, probably a USFL record, 4 touchdown game last week. And if we're going to start picking on him, we'll start with your team, Josh. You got the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. You got the number 1 pick in the NFL, or number 1 draft pick in the NFL.
The USFL.
In the USFL and in the NFL with Paxton Lynch. And Shea Patterson and Paxton Lynch are the 2 worst quarterbacks in the USFL, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, these games have been tough to watch. You sit back and both games have come down to the wire. Like the week 1 game, homeboy throws a pass into the back of the end zone. It gets broken up. It could have been a touchdown, but it was too close to call it, type thing. And then this last week, that he had an opportunity to go down for a game-winning drive. And in the last week here too, man, and just 2 weeks in a row, it's just like I'm trying to get behind these guys, and it's just miserable quarterback play from Shea Patterson.
Yeah,
I remember Paxton Lynch coming out, and I was thinking, man, I'd love the Browns to get Paxton Lynch. That guy's going to be a star. How the mighty have fallen. What happened to that guy?
He stinks. That's what happened to him.
He was the last pick of the USFL draft, the very last pick.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes, Mr. Irrelevant.
Well, and he's terrible. He's literally in the first game of the year he played a lot of plays, and he looked like he'd never played quarterback before. He looked like a high school quarterback. I don't know what it is with him, man. If he got hit real hard and got scared or something, but he's terrible. So the other part of the game that I think is just atrocious, and it's laughable how atrocious it is, the kicking. These fucking guys cannot kick a field goal. I can't believe. And before you even say it, I know you're going to bring up the ball, and the ball had the probe in it that weighed an extra ounce and blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. But I can't believe that the best kicker in this league is a guy that before this league never played a down of football. That soccer kicker guy that made the tackle for I think he's on the Stallions. I forget which team he's on, but the kickers, I watched a guy miss a 22-yard field goal in the first game had to be 40 feet.
Oh yeah.
It went straight up and straight down. Yeah.
No, it went like if I'm looking at you, it went over here somewhere. It was like so bad of a miss. It was a worse miss than you would see in the NFL from like 65 yards.
Right.
It was a bad miss. And they didn't cut this guy. They let him stay. He's still on the team.
Well, you got the center and the holder get their rhythm, and the kicker and whatever.
Stop it. I mean, look, I get it. The NFL has all the good kickers, and believe me, I really get it now.
Too.
Yeah. But
all 12 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's it. But I'm thinking, and I don't know, but they have these rules. One of the best rule changes that they really I think they've only done it once in the USFL so far, is this 2 and 3 point thing for extra points, where you can actually get 3 points for an extra point if you go from the 10-yard line. Like you take a snap from the 10, and if you get it in, you get 3 points. And if these kickers keep sucking, I think you're going to just start seeing teams just going for 3, because if they're already not going to get 1 and they're going to lose a point, they might as well go for all of it. And, if they connect 1 of 3, then it equals out to, 3 extra points. So I think you're going to see that more as we go. So, but those are my only complaints. I've actually enjoyed the game a lot. I think the running backs have definitely been pretty strong for the most part. And the line play has been pretty strong on both sides of the ball. That surprised me the most. I thought for sure they would have to throw the ball because, you know, it just takes a while for a line to gel and open spots and know the speed of your running back and, you know, all that stuff. And it really seems like the running games are the only thing that works pretty much across the board. You guys agree?
I thought so. I also thought, my team looked pretty pro. And the one thing that I thought with that quarterback that we have is it just opened it up. It was a pretty complimentary offense. And like I said, my team holds the highest scoring in a USFL game.
in history.
In history.
I did wonder if they were, I guess they're not using the old USFL stats to go against.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not. I think there's some lawsuit or something between the old owners of the USFL and the current USFL because they really have gone out of their way. I haven't heard a Herschel Walker reference or a Jim Kelly reference or, you know, I haven't heard any of these guys referenced, but they reference the NFL all the time. So somebody's suing somebody somewhere that they're not bringing up. The guys, was it Kurt Warner in this too in the USFL, I think?
Nah, that would have been before him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Jim Kelly was. Jim Kelly was on the Gamblers.
Another thing I wanted to make mention was one of the referees was pretty hot.
Which guy?
Yeah. No, there was a. Did you see that blonde girl?
The blonde girl with the long hair. Yeah, she's pretty good. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I like hotness.
I'm watching this action right now. It looks good. The highlights.
Yeah, there you go. It's the highlight reel.
What's crazy is this is game 1, week 1, first quarter, and both teams like threw bomb touchdowns. And then you're like, all right, this is going to be awesome. And then after that, it was pretty much, back to garbage football. The only thing I've seen so far that I've really found promising with this league is Tampa Bay. Sorry about Birmingham, but I think at this point, if I was going to pick a favorite, Tampa Bay Breakers, man, they looked amazing in their game this last week, man. They were just like up and down the field, touchdown.
See, to me, the team that's looked the strongest so far has been the Breakers, New Orleans team, the blue team, the blue and white team.
Isn't that what I just said?
No,
I'm not. I said Tampa. I'm reading Tampa Bay. I meant New Orleans. Yeah, they killed Tampa Bay in that game.
Yeah, New Orleans looked good. Birmingham
finds himself with a touchdown. So let's see how Philadelphia responds. They had put up back-to-back touchdowns.
Oh, is that me? Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Got some sound going there. No, look at that. There we go. The Stars.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, I think that New Orleans looks great. I think Birmingham looks great, which I hate that because that's Billy's team, but I hate that. And that being said, that's probably the big game of the week. Saturday coming up is the Birmingham and the Breakers. It's the two teams that have looked the best are squaring off. That's the night game on Saturday. So I'll be doing CMS. God damn it. I'll have to call off.
I'm playing the Columbia Station Eagles Club that night.
Well, you should be canceling it. So you cancel yours, I'll cancel mine, and we'll get together and watch some USFL.
They sent me a deposit. I spent the deposit months ago. I got to play.
Nice. But yeah, for Billy this week, the Birmingham Stallions got the New Orleans Breakers, and what I think is probably the game of the week this week on for USFL. For me, my Stars are playing the New Jersey Generals, and I think that's an easy win for my Stars because my Stars are awesome. And go ahead.
I'll have to tape my game, or what do you call it nowadays?
I think you still call it
tape my game.
Yeah. Well, it'll be on Fox's app. I think that's where it'll be. Is you could just log into Fox's app and it'll be there. And then the battle
toilet bowl.
Yeah, you got the toilet bowl this week, dude. And it's even on the shit station too. It's on USA. You got the dog barking.
Who is it?
It's obviously a Browns fan.
Is that John Drake?
Yeah. But yeah, you've got the Michigan Panthers against another awful team, the Pittsburgh Maulers, Wow.
Those are two of my most hated teams, Michigan and Pittsburgh.
Yep. I don't know, Josh. I think Michigan goes down in this game.
No.
The Maulers look good for about half of their game this week. Michigan still looks terrible.
Yeah, but Michigan, we serve pizza to our players, so.
Yeah, that's true. What about that? What do you think of that, Billy? Did you hear about that guy, the guy on Pittsburgh that they tried to serve him a piece of, what was it, chicken salad sandwich or some shit, and he didn't like it, so he wanted a piece of pizza that.
I saw that. Yeah,
and they cut him from the team because he argued about getting the pizza.
Yes.
And they said, "No, you're out of here."
So hey, there's my son Penton. He picked Tampa Bay. It's his team, right?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Why'd you pick Tampa Bay, Penton?
Because I guess it was the only good one available. Because you got the Stallions, which is the best team in the league, I guess.
There you go.
Was it because Tom Brady's on Tampa Bay?
No, it's just that I don't want to get this Pittsburgh or.
This is Penton Morris, my son. He's a quarterback for Bay Village 5th and 6th grade tackle football.
Nice.
And defensive back, they call him Bam Bam Morris.
Can you put him on one of these teams? Because we need a quarterback on some of these teams.
Can you do it? All right. Well, we're going to study. He's going to study Tampa Bay, and we'll get him on one of these days as the youth perspective of USFL.
Yeah,
what do you think?
that works.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, go get dressed. Go do a football practice. All right.
Well, I think let's just wrap it up here because I know you got to go, Billy. But let's do it this way. 2 weeks in, is it worth 2 more weeks?
Absolutely.
All right. One for absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we all love the game of football.
That's right.
That's the pass it's going to get.
I'm in for the whole season just because I'm going to that Super Bowl or whatever they call it. And I want to be able to say, well, I watched all of it. So
you know what? We got to go.
We're going. We're going.
Josh, you making the road trip up?
I highly doubt it.
Well, if your Michigan team makes it, you might have to.
No, if my Michigan Panthers make the USFL Bowl, then I'm going.
Sure you are.
All the way.
All right. Well, I guess we'll leave it here for now. The USFL, it is on every Friday, Saturday, or I think now it's just Saturdays and Sundays, or Friday, Saturday. I don't know. I haven't figured out their schedule
it's on
yet.
whenever you want. I like the fact you can go in and watch it later. That's a plus.
Yeah, that is a plus. And that gets negated by the damn drones. Thank God they're getting rid of that. That was awful. But, you know, there's positives, there's negatives. But the bottom line is it's football in the spring. How can that suck? It's good. So I think we all agree, and we'll check back in like 2 weeks or so. We'll see where our teams are. We'll do this again. So, Billy, anything you want to plug before you get out of here?
You know, so if you watch Chris and I talk on the phone once a month, grandioso plans. I got books coming out. I got new things. We're releasing this, and then life catches up. So, you know, it's like I'm taking both the boys to football practice. Hopefully I'll be able to come home tonight. If everybody falls asleep, I have a new song that I wrote right here. Can you read that? It's called All My Angels.
Look at that.
And it's about my family, and it's really good. But I'm just recording music right now in my bedroom, trying to get a handful of songs together to come up with more music. That's it. And then Chris, we talked about our books and our business endeavors, and I really do think that's going to happen. So
very good. Toomey, what you got? Notfest?
Notfest.com.
There we go.
Come check me out, notfest.com.
Nice. And you can catch me on Pornhub, so that'll work. You can also check me out at chrisakin.net. And that's going to do it for this episode of Chris Akin Presents. I have been Chris Akin, and I guess I will be again tomorrow. See you, folks.